What's up, social world? It's me, your guy, Bo Knows, with Bo Knows Production. So sit back, light up, pour up, and tune in to some of this juicy content. I'm actually coming to you today with a little quick story time. Yeah, another one of those. But this one's going to be a story time from a production set. Well, actually, two production sets. I'm trying to get two of them in there, two neat lit story times. I changed the names in these stories just to keep peace, but I won't be naming anybody by their real name. Um, and it's actually just about two people that I had the pleasure of working with, good or bad. So sit back. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, you hit that subscribe button, and leave some comments. You like the content? Hey, let me know. But first story. I was working on set a few years ago, and it was like a reality TV set. So, like I'm working. It was like one of the first couple of times I was on set, like working as a production assistant. So this was like one of the first few times of me like just being on set as a production assistant. And I had met this guy named Eddie, and Eddie seemed like real cool. Eddie actually kind of helped got me the job. So like I thought like Eddie was like, hey, somebody I want to put in my phone, keep in my contacts because this is like a real cool person. Like they got me a job like on set, and it was like 7 days, so it was like a week shoot. Really cool. So get into the set. First day, go to work. It was cool, we're doing the production stuff. But I seen like Eddie was always complaining, like, they got me doing all this, like, I don't do all of this, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, literally, like, every time they'll ask us to do something that was like a lot, Eddie would be complaining. So, like, in my head, like, I'm not saying anything, but in my head, I'm like, that's like a red flag. Like, what's the problem? So I'm just minding my own business, just doing the work. Then, like, if Eddie gets sent to do something, it's like they take a long time. So it was just like red flags to me. And then like the next day, go to work, there's no Eddie. Like Eddie's not there. Production producers like come and look at me like, hey, where's Eddie? I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know Eddie. This is my first time working with Eddie. Like, I'm literally like telling them like, I don't know where Eddie is. Like what? So it was just crazy because Eddie didn't even come back to work the second day. And then production was like, well, try calling Eddie and see like what's going on. And I'm like, okay, call Eddie, no answer. Call Eddie, no answer. And then like hours later, like we're probably on set, probably like 6-7 hours after call time, and then Eddie is like, he's like right now, like he's calling and saying, oh, I had some stuff come up, like I had to go to the doctor. Then I didn't have my phone, all this. So, I communicated that to the producers, and they were like, okay, cool, And it was like only like two of us, like me and Eddie and I. So it was like a lot of work put on me, like after they didn't come that day. Like I had to like really haul ass and like do everything because like I was the only PA and they wasn't hiring a new PA. Like they were already said like, no, we're just gonna keep you and we'll just make it do. So literally like I'm doing everything, and I was like, ugh. So like after the second day of shooting, the producer came to me and was like, hey, you know, hey, Bo, I want to let you know that you really, really, really like showed up, showed out, blase, blase. And I was like, thank you. You know, that mean a lot because today was like a really, really stressful day for me. And he was saying that if Eddie decided to come back to work tomorrow, like, he'll let him come. Like, he'll just, you know, act like nothing happened. So I was like, cool, you know, I hope he comes. So, day 3, no Eddie. And I was like, really? Day 4, no Eddie. Like, Eddie didn't come back. And I was like, oh my gosh. So, I was like, just like, like, I literally had to bust my ass, like, the whole week, like, doing the work of, like, 4 people. Because keep in mind, they only hired 2 PAs, but us 2 PA was doing the work of 4 PAs. So when we lost 1 PA, that left me doing the work of, like, all 4 PAs. And, like, it was, like, really, really stressful. But, like, I showed up, I showed out, I did what I had to do. I really, really, like, showed up. And, like, I left, like, that reality show with the DP and, like, the segment producer saying, hey, Bo, if you ever need a reference for any job, put me down. Put me down because, like, you really, really, like, is the stuff. And I was like, thank you. That mean a lot to me because I really, really tried to, you know, do what I had to do. And it was just, it was a lot. So I was like, okay, cool. So that was really, really the story about Eddie. I didn't really work with Eddie again until like one time later, and that literally just happened like not even a week ago, like at this holiday show. So, a drone show. So, like, literally, and I wasn't really talkative. Like, I spoke, but, like, I stayed in my area, you know. But, like, a couple of months, probably like 4 months after the whole reality show thing went on with Eddie, like, I was on social media and I was just scrolling. Like, trying to see, like, what production jobs are where, and then there's like a Facebook group for every city wherever you live at. Like, so I went to like our city's Facebook production group, and I was just looking, and I seen Eddie's name like written in there. It was just saying, if you ever see this person, never work with them, like blase, blase, blase. And then like in the comments, it's like 40 comments just coming and coming. Like different people was saying their experiences with Eddie on their production, and like if they ever saw his name, like they will pull the resume, so like the hiring person would see it. Like they will, like Eddie was like literally blacklist in our area because of like everybody had a problem with Eddie. Like, and this is like 4 months after, you know, the whole come to work and then like no call, no show the next day, and then not coming back to work. And I was like, what? It was just like a crucifixion of Eddie, like on the post. Like everybody was like, he did this to our production and he took this from our production. And I was like some really, really serious accusations. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like my senses never lie. Like I feel that. Like I read energy. Like I can feel like I'm an empath. Like, you know, horrible. But like when I first met this person, Eddie, like it just was not like, it was not giving good mojo, good energy, good anything. It was just like really, really like him living in a place of I'm better than everybody else. Like, I'm at the top of this, and like tooting his nose up to like normal people like me, because like I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'm not better than anyone. Like, I don't toot my nose up at anyone. But he was like really walking in a space of if he was like superiority or superior to people. And I was like, oh wow, like you really live in a world of delusion, sir. Because like if I recall, if I had to think, like I would say like you're not even playing with a full set of marbles up there. And like who am I to judge and say who's normal and who's not normal? But like, sir, you're like one step, 1 inch from getting like a disability check, from having like a developmental disability. Like, keeping it cute. Like, literally, you're one step away if you're not already getting one. Like, that was my take on you. Like, I was like, oh, this guy is like, functioning developmental disability, because I'm trying to keep it cute and not say the bad name. But like, literally, I thought he was like a functional person like that, which is not bad. Like, I don't discriminate. I love everyone. So that's why I was like, okay. But then it's like you walk in a sense of arrogance, like, oh wow. And I'm just like getting a hold of it, and I'm like, the whole day, like, it's just listening to you talk, and I'm like, oh wow. Like, you're bragging like this, like that, or like, I don't want to do this. Like, they don't want, they should have somebody. I'm like, we're a production assistant. I mean, we're the assistant to production, and we gotta make shit happen. Like, period. And then, like, don't come back to work after all of that. And then after all of that, 4 months later, for me to see you being crucified on our city's production job posting list on social media, and like not only the person who made the post, but like 40 other people in the comments saying things about you. And it just made me think like, oh wow, this is someone to put like on my list, like not to work with. Because like, hey, this is Bono's production, and we are gonna get like all type of content out there. So this is someone not to work with. And that's like literally the story of Eddie. Yay. But I'm not gonna do 2 stories. I'm only gonna do one. I'll make another story about Jim, because I had to change the names. But if you liked Eddie, get in the comments and say, yeah, I liked Eddie, and we could roll out the story time on Jim. This is a whole nother person. This is a whole nother production setting. And Jim is a little bit more, crazier than Eddie. Like, for real. I think you guys are really, really like Jim. And then, like, I'll be, like, more in on Jim, because Jim really kind of teed me off. But as always, this is your guy Bonos with Bonos Production. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button, leave the comment, I liked Eddie, or go Eddie, or whatever, and I'll come back and make Jim. Peace.